Hi, my name is Marinelle Armstrong. I'm a master's student and a research assistant at the University of Florida. I research fire. More specifically, I study how plant reproduction is affected by prescribed fires that occur during different seasons, like winter, spring, summer, or fall. Long before the first humans set foot in what we now call the United States, lightning lit fires that spread throughout the Southeast every 1 to 5 years. These fires usually occurred during summer because that's when most thunderstorms occur. They were not destructive to the landscape like the out-of-control wildfires you might see on TV. Actually, these were very low-intensity fires that spread slowly, and the plants and animals that lived in these forests actually relied on these fires in order to survive. Animals adapted to them by learning how to escape into burrows, climb up into trees, or leave the area when they smell smoke. Pine trees grew tall and lifted their branches far above the ground. And some oak trees grew canoe-shaped leaves that retained water when they fell to the ground so fire wouldn't get to those trees. Oaks and pine trees are what we call overstory plants. And in my research, I study understory plants. Understory plants include grasses and wildflowers that stay very close to the ground. These plants either resprout or reseed after fires. If they are resprouters, then they have energy reserved in root systems underground that survive the fire. After the vegetation above ground is killed by the fire, their underground root systems send up healthy new sprouts. If the plant is a reseeder, then they produce seeds that fall into the soil. The seeds survive the fire and sprout soon after the fire passes. Fire began to occur in seasons other than mostly summer when Native Americans came onto the landscape. They lit fires for hunting and farming. These humans would light fires year-round, so understory plants may have begun adapting to a different season. Since prior to human influence, fires were mostly lit during the summertime when lightning storms occurred the most. Nowadays, we have lots of people and buildings that we want to protect from fire, so we've learned to light fires in a safe and controlled manner to keep the native plants and animals happy, while also keeping people and buildings safe. We call these human-lit restorative fires prescribed fires because we literally write a prescription for a fire on the landscape to be approved for safety before we can light it. One big question for prescribed fire managers is, when should we light these fires? Should we only light them in the summer like lightning did? Or will the plants be just as happy if we light them in other seasons? My research specifically studies winter, spring, and summer fires and how many flowers and seeds those understory plants produce after being burned in those seasons. We even germinate the seeds in the lab that we collect from the field to determine which season of burn makes them most likely to produce offspring. This research is important because throughout the Southeast, many of our fire-adapted ecosystems have been degraded, and restoring these ecosystems often requires taking seeds from one location that's doing really well and dispersing them into an area that needs some help. If we can learn what season to burn in to help these plants produce high-quality seeds, then we can help restore these ecosystems back to their natural state faster, and also make sure that we are including all the plants that would naturally occur in that ecosystem.